And I'm live now. We're live, pal. What's up, everybody? Baby Huey here, live once again on In The Kliq's Instagram page. So, doing something special. We did this, but excuse me, I think back in August, we kind of did a little Instagram live to talk about our predictions for a pay-per-view. Let me, hold on a sec. I think Philip is joining me. Let me hit that request. All right. Okay, hold on. Wait for it. Waiting for it. Where's Philip? Hold on. Waiting on him right now.
Oh, God.
There he is!
Oh,
Yay!
Jesus. Huey, I haven't seen your face in so long, bud.
What's going on, man?
It's okay, man. You know, faith is restored in our country.
I know. Today is a day to celebrate. Dude, yes, very much, very good to see you as well. Okay, just checking some of these notifications. It's been a minute since I've done an IG live. I was just telling people before you jumped on, so we did like a little test trial, a pilot version, you could say, back in August, when Tommy and I and Richard we jumped on and did our predictions for SummerSlam, and I think so, if I remember correctly. So I liked it. I know a lot of people, a lot of bloggers, YouTubers, wrestling personalities, they like to do their predictions right before a pay-per-view. For me, I was like, I like doing it too, and I like doing it on Instagram. That way people can kind of tune in live or react, and then afterwards I can take the video and put it on YouTube afterwards, a little on-demand viewing. But, dude, a lot of stuff to talk about. Well, first off, like I said, good to see you, man. How you been?
I've been all right, man. You know, for the loyal listener in the Kliq, you know, we like to reward the loyal listener. I'm employed once again, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Life is good. This tonight after the pay-per-view, I will hold this bad boy. Oh, I mean, I got the real thing though. hey, man. Hey, now this is yours. I'll put it down.
Okay, I was gonna say, am I the current champion still?
Hey, you better give me your predictions before tonight, bud.
Well, we kind of use this platform on Instagram right now to give my predictions. And go ahead, if you got pen and paper, write it down.
I know. Yeah, let me get something to write it down.
Okay, so I figure kill two birds with one stone right now. I'll talk to the people, to the Kliqsters out there, and give our predictions for that bad boy you're just holding up, the Bulletcast Championship. So, but yeah, so if you're tuning in right now, welcome everyone. So many familiar faces. I'm trying to scroll through and see everyone. Awesome. Thank you for everyone tuning in right now. Appreciate it. And this is going to be our predictions video for AEW's Full Gear. Their technically third pay-per-view of the year, because they like to do every quarter, every few months, 3 months or so.
It's the fourth.
Fourth?
Yeah, they had Revolution in February, Double or Nothing, All Out. Now we're at Full
That's
Gear.
right. Sorry, my math was off. Good thing I wasn't counting votes right now. I'll be off on my vote count. So. But yes, no, it's definitely a day to celebrate for multiple reasons. I know we try not to get too political. We're a wrestling podcast, but no, definitely today is a big day to celebrate. Very happy. Congrats to Joe Biden on being elected the new president, and Harris as his new VP out of Oakland from the Bay Area. First ever woman vice president, so it's a lot to celebrate. So I haven't told you this yet, Philip, but was it last December? Jimbo gave me a bottle of a little bit of bubbly, and I've been sitting on it. I haven't opened it. I haven't touched it because I was waiting for a really good reason to celebrate and open it. And honestly, I thought I was going to open it in February when the Niners went to the Super Bowl. I was like, all right. If the Niners win, I'm going to open it. We're going to celebrate. As we all know, did not happen. So that bottle's been sitting there ever since, and the pandemic happened. So yeah, that bottle of a little bit of bubbly has been sitting in my fridge. But I think today is the perfect day to open it and celebrate for multiple reasons. And also, yeah, today's a good day to celebrate. It's can I say it? It's a week before my birthday, so start the celebration, the partying early right now.
There we go.
Kenny's joining. All right, this is awesome. Everyone's in here. Okay. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Predictions. Sorry for we haven't been able to do like some more Dynamite reviews. It's been a lot going on. Like this past week was super busy with stuff at work with Niners and obviously the election stuff. And the week before, I had like a lot of other work-related stuff to get to. So we're making up for lost time right now with the predictions. And, of course, we'll kind of talk maybe some of the highlights from Dynamite and stuff in regards to our picks. So, Phillip, we'll go ahead. I'm looking on Wikipedia right now. So for anyone who wants to follow along, I'm looking at Wikipedia directly. Their match is listed here. We'll go down the card. We'll give our predictions, who we think's going to win. And, and then later on today, we'll watch the pay-per-view live on, I think it's on Fight TV, but also BR Live. I like BR Live, personally. I like watching it on BR Live when it comes to AEW stuff. Alonzo's in now. What's up, Alonzo? Yes. Chris is in here. Awesome. Dude, this is so cool. Okay, so, Phillip, let's jump into it. So, first match. So, the buy-in show, a little bit of a change-up. So, originally it was going to be Orange Cassidy and John Silver on the buy-in. That got bumped up to the main show. Awesome for them. And now, a couple days ago, it was announced it's going to be now the NWA World Women's Championship match happening on the buy-in. So the current champion, Serena Deeb, congrats to her. She won it a couple weeks ago off Thunder Rosa. Very shocking. And that led to a lot of speculation of Thunder Rosa's future. I think we'll save that conversation per se, maybe, Phil, for the podcast. I would love to get your take of maybe where Thunder Rosa might end up. Also, Allison Kay this week announced she's a free agent. She's done with the NWA. So I think let's go ahead. Maybe save that more in-depth conversation for a podcast. I would love to get your thoughts. But for this match itself, for the buy-in, who you kind of lean towards? What do you think is going to happen?
Serena Deeb just won the NWA World Women's Championship, and Allison Kay, from the rumors going around, she's not even with the company right now.
Yeah.
So, and NWA, they're kind of like AEW. They don't like to do those quick quasi-title reigns. Mm-hmm. I will go with Serena Deeb, former Straight Edge Society member.
Yes. I've seen her in person. I think I told you this. Maybe it was on the podcast or maybe personally. Years ago, Tommy and I went to the Cow Palace. WWE had a house show, and I think it was the SmackDown roster at the time. CM Punk came out. He was doing the Straight Edge Society gimmick, and Gallows came out. And Serena Deeb, with her shaved head. So it was very cool. But, dude, that crowd that night was so heated. CM Punk was able to get the crowd so against him. People were yelling and screaming. It was such a great moment. It was so cool to feel that raw energy from the crowd, the heat that CM Punk was able to get. And, yeah, so Serena Deeb was there that night. So it was very cool. But, anyway, for this match itself, yeah, I'm with you. I don't think she just won the title. It's not going to be like a paper champion where she's going to drop the title, 2 weeks later? It doesn't make sense. Allison Kay, she is a free agent now. I wouldn't be surprised if this matchup is more of just an opportunity for Allison Kay to show how she's able to perform in the ring. And maybe this could be an opportunity that could lead to her signing a deal with AEW. AEW needs, I think, more women on their roster for the women's division. So I wouldn't say necessarily like a tryout, but it's a way to kind of show her skills, and hopefully, regardless of this match, what happens, the outcome, Allison Kay can maybe get a deal from this. So I'm leaning towards Serena Deeb as well, and I hope maybe as a bonus, Allison Kay can maybe get a new contract with AEW because she's been everywhere else, NWA, Impact. So I would love for her to be on a larger platform now with AEW. All right, so let's jump to the main show now. Orange Cassidy taking on John Silver from the Dark Order. Orange Cassidy, man, that guy's been on TV so much this summer. It's pretty crazy. John Silver, I've become a fan pretty quickly in the last couple months. I try to watch episodes of Being Elite here and there. He's such a funny character on that show. So if you don't watch Being Elite normally, that's AEW or the Young Bucks, kind of like their mock vlog / reality show, pro wrestling, and then more specifically as of late, their time in AEW. And the Dark Order is very funny when there are segments on there. I would love to see John Silver, a.k.a. Johnny Hungry. If you watch Being Elite, he says Johnny Hungry a lot. But I'm kind of leaning towards Orange Cassidy here. He's been on a very good streak momentum throughout the summer and this early part of fall. I don't see him kind of losing here to John Silver. I think John Silver, it's okay to take the loss, and I'm sure they'll have some fun with it on the next episode being the Elite. How about you? What you thinking?
I mean, yeah, I don't see Orange Cassidy losing to Johnny Hungry. I really don't. I mean, Silver, he's a comedy act, and that's I feel like that's what he's just going to be there for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to. I don't mean anything derogatory by this, but kind of like a Eugene, if you remember the character.
Yeah,
I think that's the role he's going to play. But I will go Cassidy. Do you have Cassidy as well?
Yes, I'll go Cassidy here. All right, so next up we have Chris Jericho taking on MJF. And if MJF wins, he'll be allowed to join the Inner Circle. And I don't know about you. We haven't talked about this much in the last couple of weeks, but I'm just kind of like at the point, what's the point of this matchup? Like, you're going to wrestle for your spot. So ultimately, you're going to take on someone. Like, is this going to create a lot of turmoil? Like, in order to join a faction, like, you're going to beat up someone to ultimately align with them at some point. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like a fraternity and hazing.
Okay, but in the ring, the squared circle.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't talked late dinner debonair. I don't know if you want to do that here or on an actual episode.
Maybe we could talk more about that in the review.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead and give me your thoughts about that as well. That's totally fine.
I mean, it's kind of long-winded. I'll save it for the review. But
okay.
I think I will go MJF.
Okay.
I do because I mean Jericho. I know wins and losses matter in AEW, but I mean the guy's had 30 years of wins. Another loss won't kill him.
Yeah.
And I think it would be interesting to see MJF join the Inner Circle because if he doesn't, where does he really go? I mean, he can stand off on his own, just talking and everything, but a lot of big players are in factions and things like that in AEW.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was going to pick MJF as well. A couple of reasons. One's like, okay, well, maybe Wardlow can accidentally do something and cost MJF the match. Jericho wins. And then MJF and Wardlow can go off and do their own program because we kind of see the tension building between the two. But I think you can get more bang for your buck if MJF joins the Inner Circle, and that could lead to maybe a little bit of a civil war. Some guys are for him joining, some are against it. I think that can be a much more intriguing storyline long term. So, and Jericho, as we know, he has no problem putting the younger talent over. We saw Orange Cassidy a few months ago. So I could see Jericho losing here. MJF joins the Inner Circle, and then this, as you said, MJF and Jericho, where do they go from here if it's just a one and done thing? I think if MJF joins the Inner Circle, that could be much more intriguing television for the next few weeks through the end of the year, and maybe they have a blow off at the next pay-per-view early next year. So I could see from a storyline standpoint, it can last a lot longer if MJF does join. So I see him winning tonight, and then him and Jericho are probably gonna have a lot of back and forth. Who knows? Maybe MJF takes the Inner Circle away from Jericho. Jericho gets kicked out. Also, Sammy Guevara, and they go on a babyface run together. The Les Sex Gods or something. So there's just a lot more I think you can do from that storyline standpoint. All right, next up we have for the AEW Women's World Championship, current champion Hikaru Shida taking on Nyla Rose, the former champion, who she defeated back at Double or Nothing, if I remember, to win the championship. Vicky Guerrero is going to be coming out with Nyla Rose. Man, I'm kind of bummed for Sheida. I was so happy to see her win the championship. I love her work in the ring. But they haven't done much with her on television, on Dynamite. She hasn't much of a presence. And this match was kind of thrown together last minute. So it seems like, if anything, they've been giving the NWA Women's Championship more time to shine on television. So, this match is such a last-minute thing. I want Sheida to win, but I could easily see Nyla Rose winning, and then she can transition to give the belt to someone else, and then maybe Sheida can go off and they can kind of do more for her, maybe some new storylines and whatnot. But I'm kind of leaning towards Nyla Rose. How about you?
I mean, my official pick on the Bulletcast is Nyla Rose, but looking at it, When's Britt Baker getting mixed into the title picture? You have to think about that as well. And like Jericho and MJF is the rare case of heel versus heel.
Mm-hmm.
You would do that with Rose and Baker. You would more rather do that with Sheida and Baker. But
yeah,
I don't know. The women's division needs work, as we've said and many others have said. But my official Nyla Rose. I don't know about you.
Yeah, so I'll go with Nyla Rose, and I could see her entering a program with Britt Baker. Britt Baker has been so entertaining. I know she's currently a heel, but she was a babyface when she originally signed with AEW. And wasn't technically Britt Baker, Nyla Rose caused Britt Baker the injury. Remember that, was it the dive into the corner that landed on Britt Baker's knee that got hurt? So maybe Britt Baker could turn that into a promo somehow and say, Nyla Rose, I never forgot that you injured me for all this, the whole summer I was out. So I could see maybe they could bring up that storyline. Sheida, like I said, I love her as a champion, but the way they've been using her, she doesn't come off being very charismatic, doesn't have a strong personality. Just, I want her to have more layers to her, and I don't know, how do you go about doing that? Do you let her win, but then, you know, maybe her losing, they can use that as a way to kind of build her up again and give her some more character, some personality. I don't know. I feel bad for Sheida. I want more from her. Who knows? Maybe, you know, they're able to get Allison Kay with the division. Maybe that could lead to something with Nyla Rose. I don't know. The women's division does need help, and that's a whole long segment we can get into on an episode one day. So, but yeah, Nyla Rose. That's what I'm leaning towards.
Absolutely, man. Smokey, he agreed with you. He beeped.
I know, Smokey, my favorite co-host of the Bullet Cast. Just saying. Love you, Brandon. I'm just kidding. Sarcasm. Hashtag sarcasm, right? Is that what the kids do?
I have no idea. I'm not hip anymore.
But let's see. Next up, it's Matt Hardy taking on Sammy Guevara. The rivalry in AEW that will not die. It won't go away. This is being booked as the Elite Deletion match. So I'm guessing, is this a cinematic match that's going to take place at the Hardy compound? Do you know?
Probably. Hopefully we get to see Senior Benjamin.
I'm all for that. If we get Senior Benjamin tonight at Full Gear, I'm all for it. But, I mean, my gut instinct is Matt Hardy. Like, I think only Jeff was the only one to beat him at the compound. Other than that, he's won every time at his own backyard. So it doesn't really, I don't really think it makes sense for him to lose here. How about you?
Yeah, I got Matt Hardy. I mean, I just don't get it. All these deletions, the Elite Deletion, we had the Ultimate Deletion, all the deletions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's running out of them.
He's running out of deletions. He's going to use backspace instead. Sorry, dad joke. But my only thing was maybe, okay, because listen, it was All Out. It had the real botchy, bad finish that a lot of people were cringing and created a lot of controversy. I think that was supposed to be the match where they properly end that rivalry, but unfortunately, since it didn't go as planned, I think this is probably just an extra match to really solidify the conclusion to this whole program. But at the same time, I can see Sammy Guevara, maybe Matt Hardy puts over a younger talent as well. Let Sammy win. But I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe Matt Hardy will win, and then Sammy Guevara, maybe MJF can like use it as fuel. Be like, dude, you lost to Matt Hardy. You do not deserve to be in the inner circle anymore. Something like that. You know what I mean? So a loss for Sammy Guevara can be used in many different ways moving forward. So yeah, gut instinct, Matt Hardy. Okay, let's see. I'll jump ahead to for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. We got FTR, the current champions, taking on the Young Bucks. The matchup that we've been waiting for years to take place. These guys have been on different promotions for the last few years. They've been going back and forth on Twitter for the longest time with who's the best tag team in the world. Finally, it's taking place here. Philip, what's kind of your gut how this is going to play out?
It has to be the Young Bucks. I mean, Cody already can't challenge for the world title. I mean, but maybe Cody Rhodes could. We don't know.
See, that's a good point. Yes, I thought about that.
But my point is, you can't have two of your top acts not win the top title in their division. That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do next? Kenny Omega, if I lose, I'll never challenge for the TNT title. Like, no, you're not going to do stuff like that. So it has to be the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards the Young Bucks as well because of that stipulation, because we just had it a year ago with Cody Rhodes and Chris Jericho. But at the same time, what I'm thinking is, okay, it says if they lose, they will never challenge for the tag titles again. Theoretically, the Young Bucks could win via DQ. So on paper, it's a win, but they don't have the tag titles. I know those DQ finishes is very WWE-esque. AEW likes to have more solid winners on their pay-per-views. But I just feel like FTR, they just won the titles, and I feel like I don't want their title reign to be over yet. I feel like there's still a lot for them to do. Also, the Young Bucks, I mean, I know they're EVPs, and maybe they just don't want to deal with the criticism of people saying, oh, you guys are in charge, and you put the tag titles on yourselves as well. That sucks. Also, keep in mind, there are reports Matt Jackson has a legit knee injury, so that's why they've been doing like the whole ankle injury on TV to kind of cover that up a little bit, mask it. So maybe they don't want the Young Bucks to put the titles on them because Matt might need some time off to recover. So I can easily see maybe it could be like a DQ finish. Young Bucks win. FTR retains the titles, though. In that DQ, maybe overbooked type finish, Young Bucks can be written off TV and heal up and then come back and challenge FTR again and save that moment of Young Bucks finally winning the tag titles in front of a crowd. If that can hopefully happen soon, maybe early 2021. So that's kind of my emotion. I like my heart wants the Young Bucks to win, but I kind of feel like FTR might retain here. Okay, you said Young Bucks officially?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you and I, we've been kind of having the same picks, more or less. I think just for the sake of mixing it up, because we maybe do need a tiebreaker at some point. Oh, no, boy. If I say DQ, then Young Bucks. Oh, God, this is tough. Well, listen, at the end of the day, I still have the AEW World Championship. So, for the sake of entertainment / a tiebreaker, I'm going to go with FTR.
All right. Baby Huey is for the revolution.
Absolutely, man. Dude, I'm so much bigger than those guys. Real talk. So I was at WrestleMania last year. I was at Access in Brooklyn, and they were doing a signing, and I was in line to do an interview on the little red carpet that they had. They came off the table, and they were like a few feet from me. I'm like a foot taller than them. No, it was crazy. Like Billy Gunn was also there, and he's huge. I think I might have shown you that video, but like Billy Gunn is huge. Billy Gunn's just a big guy in general. He's still huge, but FTR, yeah, they're definitely a little bit smaller in person, at least from my perspective. All right, let's jump on over for the AEW TNT Championship. Cody, or now officially, as word came out this week, he is officially Cody Rhodes again, but he's not going to he clarified he's not going to necessarily use Cody Rhodes' name in the ring, maybe more for outside parties and projects going on. But he's going to take on Darby Allin, defending that championship. Who you lean towards, Philip?
I mean, this is going to be their 5th match together, and, first time it's a tie, the other times Cody's gotten away with a win. I took an oath when AEW first started, never bet against Cody Rhodes. Cody's my pick officially, but I do have an inkling that they will put the championship of America's Greatest Network on Darby Allin.
See, that's the thing. It's like Darby has been losing quite a bit lately. He hasn't had that big win yet on a big stage. That's why I'm kind of leaning towards him. And there are rumors that Sting, his contract is up with WWE. People are hoping, rumor is, that he might show up tonight and become like a mentor for Darby Allin. Darby Allin's been doing, for all you youngins out there, everything Darby Allin's been doing lately, like hiding way up in the stands. Sting used to do that in the 90s. I used to see that every week on Nitro when I watched. So, but I'm with you. It's kind of tough to bet against Cody. He just won back the title from Brody Lee a few weeks ago. So for him to drop it again so quickly doesn't make sense. So, man, I'm kind of with you. as far as don't bet against Cody. But Darby needs a window. I cannot see Darby. I'm gonna go Darby Allin.
All right.
Put it down, Darby Allin. I love you, Cody, but I think from a booking standpoint, you can't let Darby lose again. He hasn't been on TV much lately as well. This might be a good way to get him on TV. Next up for the finals of the AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament. It's Hangman Adam Page taking on his former tag team partner, Kenny Omega. I mean, gut instinct, Kenny Omega. How about you, Phil?
Yeah, I picked Kenny Omega officially because, but there's a real story to be told. Like Hangman Page, let's say beats Kenny Omega. He always gets to the finals of a match, but he can't get the job done. He didn't beat Jericho to become the first champion. Let's say he beats Kenny, but he doesn't beat Moxley to become the champion. There's a story there, but then Kenny Omega, he beats Hangman Adam Page, and then he tries to get what he thinks is his rightful spot top of the AEW locker room, and that's being the world champion there.
Yeah. Also, for me, listen, I know it seemed kind of a little too obvious. Like Kenny Omega, the last couple of weeks on TV, has been saying, like, I'm the best number one singles wrestler. Like, he's been really just focusing his character on just being a singles competitor. Like, he's trying to really wash away his time as a tag team competitor with Hangman Page. And Hangman Page is kind of like, dude, like, really? Like, we broke up and you're just writing me off like that quickly? For Kenny, so you would think from like a wrestling standpoint, like, wow, it seems too obvious that Kenny Omega is going to win, but it makes sense because Moxley, I have a feeling Moxley and Kenny Omega will, if Kenny Omega wins here, he'll challenge Moxley. They do have history together. It makes sense for Kenny Omega to be the one to finally take the title off Moxley. And then Hangman Page can go on a big like hero chase, underdog chase for that championship against Kenny Omega. And I think we said this on the podcast before. This could be the rivalry for 2021. Hangman Adam Page chasing his former tag team partner, the champion Kenny Omega. He finally gets the win over Kenny Omega, gets the championship, and hopefully he'll be in front of a crowd for a huge pop. He's been really, the layers that they've been building up on him for his character on Dynamite, he's drinking, but he kind of lacks confidence. He's not sure about like him. Can he do stuff on his own? He needs like a faction to work with, like with the Elite and stuff. So there's a lot of layers to Hangman Page for you to root for him as an underdog. So that's why I see he'll lose tonight. Kenny will win. Kenny will kind of be all cocky and really get to his head like, I'm the number one contender now. I'm the best like non-champion of AEW, and sets up a program with John Moxley down the road. So that's what I'm leaning towards. So Kenny Omega is my pick.
Yeah, I mean, with that, you look at it, there's two things that could happen. Hangman could challenge Kenny at Double or Nothing in 2021, because that would be 2 years from when he wins the Battle Royal to go on to All Out to face him. Or he can challenge at All Out 2021. And this is the long-term game for him to right the wrong that happened to him 2 years ago at that event. And to right the wrong that happened kind of a year from that event when he lost the tag titles, because All Out hasn't been good to Hangman Page.
Yeah.
So that's long-term story booking.
He's is it Susan Lucci? Is that the right term?
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, she never won like a daytime Emmy.
Yeah. So Hangman Page can be the Susan Lucci until he finally wins the big one and be really worth it. So, looking forward to that matchup as well. That could be early prediction match of the night right there. So we'll see how that goes. Next up, last but not least, for the AEW World Championship is going to be champion John Moxley taking on Eddie Kingston in a match that, dude, even though they had a matchup last year, the fact now that the promo this past week on Dynamite was amazing. So even though Eddie Kingston, you kind of root for him, even though he's a heel, based on his background and his upbringing in the wrestling world. I mean, come on, Moxley's not losing this one tonight. I don't know about you, but Moxley, he's retaining. He's going to make Eddie Kingston finally say, I quit. It's an I quit match. And then, like I said, look too far ahead, but I think Moxley versus Kenny Omega in a rematch down the road is money right there. How about you?
Oh no, absolutely. I am gonna officially go John Moxley though, because you like Eddie Kingston, but you don't see him winning the big one. He's kind of like in Darby Allin boat, like
Mm-hmm.
he's in the Hangman Page boat. Like you can get there, but you're not crossing over to get the touchdown. That's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're barely gonna touch the line.
Yeah. I'm with you. So I think Moxley, so the promos back and forth have been amazing. I know they had a matchup not too long ago, and this match was kind of thrown together a little bit kind of out of nowhere. It's interesting, like these matches are coming together more based on emotions and storyline, and the whole ranking system as of late been kind of thrown out the door. So it kind of makes sense. It's interesting how AEW as of late has kind of changed as far as less focus on the rankings and more just the actual storylines and focusing on that and the relationships people have with one another, which I'm all for. That's wrestling. That's the drama. That's the reason why we care about these people in the ring, putting their bodies on the line for our own personal entertainment. So it's going to be interesting. And I'm kind of curious to see what other involvements people might have. I know there's a lot of, Taz's group has been, on TV a lot lately. So I wonder just if any of these people are going to have any special involvement in some of these matches, create some havoc there. Also, they've been teasing, Philip, in some of the commercials that AEW pay-per-views are their time for big reveals. Do you think anyone is going to show up on this pay-per-view in some capacity?
Smokey thinks so. I see the comment about the alarm.
That's a lot.
I don't know, man. I really don't. Just thinking about it.
I'm just thinking Sting might be the one, if there was one. Sting.
But for what?
To maybe mentor Darby Allin. That's what a lot of people are predicting online.
To say he's worked in 4 major companies?
You can help him with his face paint.
I mean,
because Darby's only good at painting one side of his face. Sting can help him how to paint the other side of his face.
But he learned how to paint the one side from Dustin. Looking at the free agency, like I really don't know. I don't know who you would get.
I don't know. There's like from a free agent standpoint, there's been a lot of people who've been signed elsewhere already. Impact, even MLW has announced a lot of signings lately. So I don't know who'd be available.
Look, there's one major I can think of, but it's for their women's division. And despite all the controversy, you would need to grab her. That's all I would have to say.
Tessa Blanchard. So yeah, I could totally see Tessa Blanchard maybe showing up on this pay-per-view as well in some capacity. But on a quick side note, I don't know if you heard, there was a rumor that there was supposed to be a big reveal at Halloween Havoc, but that person got pulled because of pandemic concern, COVID concern. A lot of people predicting maybe it was that Tessa Blanchard spot to show up and officially join NXT. Never happened. We haven't seen anything since, so who knows. I know Tessa Blanchard has a lot of baggage around her, a lot of drama. But from just a pure wrestling standpoint, she would be an amazing addition to that women's division.
I don't think Cindy agrees. I see the oh God, no.
What? I thought she loved Tessa Blanchard.
I don't know, Cindy. If you can comment down below to kind of explain what the oh God no was for. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's an obvious answer.
Yeah.
But as far as their men's singles division, they have so much talent. They have so much talent, A lot of guys aren't being given their time to shine, and the tag division.
Yeah, and I'm with you. Like if you think about AEW, their tag team division is overly stacked. So Young Bucks can easily don't need the tag titles. They can do so much without the tag titles with other tag teams and help put those tag teams over. The women's division does need help, but yeah, as far as even singles competitors. AEW, in a little over a year and a half, they have a stacked roster. There's so many talented guys and gals not being used tonight. That just shows, even in, like I said, a short year and a half, they've grown so much. So a lot to look forward to tonight on their pay-per-view. Go watch it, Fight TV, also BR Live. And Philip and I will do a review for that at some point. maybe we'll try to knock it out tonight at some point. I know we're kind of talking on the air about our own schedules and stuff. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure to subscribe to In The Kliq on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Follow us, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, also YouTube. And if you don't, Smokey is going to come after you and just keep blasting siren sound effects in your ear.
Absolutely. You never know. Smokey could win the Bulletcast title tonight. We don't know.
Is he making picks?
Oh, he's already got him locked in, man. We don't know.
Dude, if my dad was over there, he'd be changing the batteries so fast. My dad is so very much on top of making sure all the fire alarms have up-to-date batteries. So hearing that, my dad is cringing right now.
Honestly, man, it kind of just blends in.
There's my dad right now. He's making an appearance right now. Philip has a fire alarm. He needs to be batteries on. I got that whole box full. He's got a box of batteries. So that's Daddy Delmore making an appearance on In The Kliq's live stream.
There you go. Papa Huey.
Yeah, Papa Huey, that too. Awesome, Philip. Well, where can all the Kliqsters follow you online?
Heel Antwine, HeelAntwine on the Twitter and the Instagram, and of course the Bulletcast on YouTube, the Bulletcast here on Instagram, and Bulletcast on Twitter. Thank you so much, Huey, for having me back on. Hopefully one of us, or none of us, hopefully I win the Bulletcast title. I haven't had it. I haven't had this new incarnation yet. You know what I mean? It's my time.
I don't know about you. It's fine. Like, I'll retain the title. I got this one. I got the. Hold on. I got the WWE Wing Eagle. You got the television. I'm gonna walk around like, was it Austin Aries, or even was it Ultimo Dragon? Didn't Ultimo Dragon have like all those titles? That famous photo of him.
Dude, like him, Austin Aries, Dan Severn, Kurt Angle.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yes, I know, it's great. So yeah, follow along. Are you gonna do some live tweeting during the show? Are you gonna be able to? I'm gonna try to do some as well.
I'll probably throw out some here and there.
So yeah, follow at In The Kliq on Twitter. I'll do some live tweeting during the show today, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So thank you everyone for tuning in to this stream, and looking forward to hearing everyone's reaction on Twitter. Twitter's already been a very busy morning already for what's going on here in America. So once again, it's a day to celebrate. It's a good day to wake up to, celebrate, and yeah, we'll have some fun watching some AEW Full Gear tonight. So on that note, have an awesome rest of the day. Let's go home. And that's the bottom line, because Huey said so.